Hi, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my craft room. I have a quick little video today. I was really inspired to use some of my new adhesives that I have from scrapbook.com. I wanted to show them off in today's video as well as use them in a creation. So I have three different kinds of adhesive rollers. The large pink one on the left is the Deluxe Permanent Adhesive Roller, and the two smaller are refillable and super easy to change out. As you can see, you just squeeze the sides of the adhesive roller and the insert pops right out. The green one is a refillable permanent adhesive roll, and the yellow one is our dotted adhesive roll. And this is able to be readjusted. So I use it a lot for when I am stenciling. So I'm going to grab a sheet of my Warms Smooth Cardstock. I'm going to choose this lighter yellow shade of cardstock. I'm going to grab my Make Art Mat as well as my Easter egg stencils, which are a layering set of stencils. So there's two different stencils, one with the eggs and one with the details for the eggs. And I'm going to grab my yellow repositional adhesive and just put on a few little spots of that dotted adhesive to the back of my cardstock and put that onto my Make Art station. And then I will use the magnets to place my egg stencil first and keep that in place with the magnets. And I'm going to grab some Distress Oxide. So I'm starting with kind of the first three-ish colors of the rainbow. Since my paper is yellow, I'm going with Saltwater Taffy, Dried Marigold, and Twisted Citron for more of a red, orange, and green shade. And I'm just gonna distress that right through my stencil onto my cardstock. So starting again with that Saltwater Taffy, moving down into Dried Marigold, and then finishing off with Twisted Citron. Once I'm happy with how the three of those are blended, we'll go ahead and do a little reveal to see how that turned out, which I think they look really nice and muted and pastel on that yellow cardstock. Next, I'm going to grab the details of my stamp, place those magnets down, and this time I'm going to use purple on the top and blue on the bottom. So my purple is Seedless Preserves, and I'm just going to use my dome foamed blenders to blend that on, and then I will use Salvage Patina on the bottom and try to blend those in a little bit where they meet in the middle of the stencil. Once I'm happy with that coverage, I will do another stencil reveal and we'll see how pretty that pattern looks on top of those colors. I like this mixture of the 5 colors on the yellow paper. It's very pastel, very clean, and very simple for an Easter card. Now I'm going to grab my Rainbow Wishes die set just to get out that banner die and die cut it out of some white cardstock. I grabbed my Sunshiny Day stamp set and I'm going to use the sentiment Live Colorfully. You can buy the die and stamp set separately, but there is also a bundle which I will have linked down below. Using my grid mat to help me center that sentiment, I stamped it in some VersaFine and Onyx black ink, and then I am going to die cut my background with a Lawn Fawn die set because I wanted that stitching just to give a little more detail to the card. I grabbed my Peppermint smooth cardstock, chose kind of a teal color that I thought went pretty well with the Salvage Patina on my background, and I'm going to adhere these together. So first I'm using my Deluxe roller and just using that to line up some adhesive on the back of my yellow cardstock, and I will glue this directly down to that teal color from the Peppermint collection. Once that's centered down, I'm going to go ahead and grab my thin foam strips and add those to the back of my sentiment. I will trim them to fit perfectly behind my sentiment, so just grabbing my scissors here and figuring out how much more adhesive I need to attach to the back of my strip. Then I will pull off the release paper and I will add that to the top center of my card. I thought about putting it at the very top or maybe directly in the center, but I thought it looked nice just slightly above the center of the card. Next, I grabbed a couple of my pops of color. I grabbed Soft Lavender and Sky Blue, and I'm just adding some small details on some of the eggs throughout the background of the card. To create a more domed look of the pops of color rather than like the Hershey Kiss kind of look that you get, I just tap underneath the background and that really evens the pops of color out on the background. So it's more domed shape instead of that Hershey Kiss shape like when you squeeze it out of the bottle. Next, I used my final adhesive roll, which is the refillable permanent adhesive, onto my card base, and I'm adding my card front to that since I didn't want to be patient and wait for my pops of color to dry. Totally fine because it fit perfectly on the front of my card. Here is a final look at my simple Easter egg background. I hope you enjoyed this rainbow and colorful card. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll click like, and if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. As always, you can find everything I use down below in the description box. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye!